Ravenna is part of the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy. With its harbour on the Adriatic and its natural defensive location, it had already survived much change. The Romans, the Ostrogoths, and now the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I, who sent General Belisarius in 540 to Ravenna. Belisarius soon made Ravenna the heart of the Byzantine government in Italy. Emperor Justinian had made numerous successful conquests, and this forced him to establish multiple exarchates, including the Exarchate of Ravenna and the Exarchate of Africa, which included Corsica and Sardinia, as well as Byzantine Sicily. The Exarchates were a group of largely coastal towns on the Italian peninsula which resisted the Lombard powers located further inland. While they governed separately, they remained under the influence of Constantinople, part of the Byzantine Empire. The Lombards, a Germanic tribe led by King Alboin, invaded northern Italy in 568. They pushed into Tuscany, central and southern Italy, and established the duchies of Spoleto in 570 and Benevento in 571. King Alboin's murder in 573 soon triggered tension between the duchies. An Emperor Justin II, the Eastern Roman Byzantine Emperor, noticed this and dispatched a failed attempt to exploit this Lombard tension in Italy in 576. Emperor Maurice finally established Ravenna, governed by its exarch, a position of civil, military and religious obligations, and this was to represent the emperor in Constantinople from 584. The Exarchate was organised into a group of duchies: Rome, Venetia, Calabria, Naples, Perugia, Pentapolis, Lucania, etc. The Exarch in turn demanded loyalty of the dukes in the surrounding territories. In 589, Exarch Romanus recovered the cities of Modena, Reggio, Parma, Piacenza, Altinum, Mantua from the Lombards. About 601, Exarch Callinicus unwisely kidnapped the daughter of King Agilulf and her husband. Agilulf invaded the Exarchate, destroying Padua, Istria, and defeated Callinicus before the walls of Ravenna. Piedmont, Lombardy, parts of Venetia, Tuscany and Campania fell to the Lombards as Italy progressively slipped from the Eastern Roman grasp. By 740, the surviving exarchate was Istria, Venetia, Ferrara, Ravenna, Pentapolis and Perugia. The ongoing tension between the Pope in Rome and the Exarch in Ravenna, well, the Pope resented what he saw as foreign interference by the Exarch. Consequently, the papacy tried to destabilise Ravenna. On this basis, the Exarch was frequently resisting pressure from both the Lombards and the Pope. Exarch Eleutherius executed the suspects accused of killing the previous Exarch John I. He then proceeded to capture Naples, hoping to set up his capital in Rome, before being murdered by his own troops. In 649, Byzantine Emperor Constans II ordered Exarch Olympius to arrest Pope Martin I. Exarch Olympius had other ideas. He sided with the Pope and launched a failed campaign in Sicily. In 653, Exarch Theodore I Calliopas arrested Pope Martin in Rome and dispatched him to a Greek island. The exarchate began to splinter, and lesser landowners were forced to pick an imperial ally. Local militias defended imperial territory from Lombard attacks for a price. Throughout the 6th and 7th centuries, Lombards and the Franks continued to threaten Italy, as the Pope of Rome and the Patriarch of Constantinople continued to argue. And all of this chaos continued to undermine the stability of the Exarch. Exarch John II Platin was caught up in a disputed papal election in 687. Citizens and soldiers of Ravenna rebelled against the Byzantine Emperor Justinian II and were led by Exarch John III Rhizocopus, who later died in the city. In 726-77, Ravenna revolted, denounced both Exarch Paul and Emperor Leo III. Eutychius quelled the uprising of 726 and asked unsuccessfully for the people of Naples and the Lombards to help him to kill Pope Gregory II. Lombard king Aistulf had other ideas. He captured Ravenna, and the line of exarchs ended. The last exarch of Ravenna, Eutychius, was executed by the Lombards in 751. While it is true King Aistulf ended Byzantine rule in northern Italy, he was soon replaced by the Franks, who were encouraged by Pope Stephen II. The Pope allied with Pepin le Short, king of the Franks, to fight the Lombards, and their reconquered lands were interestingly returned to the papacy in 774. Progressively, Ravenna was ruled by the popes, but Ravenna remained an important seaport until the early Middle Ages. It is now landlocked. Its 8 Roman and Byzantine buildings were awarded UNESCO World Heritage Site status, and they include the Basilica of San Vitale, Basilica of Sant Apollinare in Glace. The legacy of the Exarch would later return, as towns later lobbied for independence as city-states. The Greek influence also lingered in southern Italy and Sicily. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and maybe subscribe to the channel. That way you can enjoy more of this content. Thank you. Click here for some more videos you may be interested in.